Live from Cedar Park Arena, it's continuing coverage of the 2016 NCRHA National Tournament. Our game is a Division II quarterfinal matchup between the Robert Morris Colonials and the Florida Gators. Good evening, everyone. Delighted to have you along tonight. I'm Travis Van Oden. Well, Florida, they beat Chico State in the second round to get to this point. Florida was the number 2 seed coming out of Pool C, so they got a bye to the second round. Robert Morris was in Pool B. Every team in Pools A and B got a bye to the second round, but they had a barn burner earlier today on this rink. They had to defeat Akron in overtime to get to this point. So 2 number 2 seeds from Pools B and C going at it for the right to play either Cortland or Arkansas in the Final Four. Now that game is going on right now on the Mission Rink. You can click back and forth between these 2 games if you wish, and you know better than I actually what the score is. Last time I checked was just a few minutes ago, and SUNY Cortland had just tied the game late in the second against Arkansas. So you can go to NCRHA.org, keep tabs if you're a Florida or a Robert Morris fan on how SUNY Cortland and Arkansas are doing, and we'll try and report the final score here as well. But the winner of this game will take on the winner of SUNY Cortland and Arkansas in the Final Four. As you just saw here on Roller Hockey Live, St. Joseph's defeated East Carolina, so they advanced to the Final Four already. UMass defeated Tennessee earlier, so it'll be UMass against St. Joe's, 2 teams from the ECRHA in the bottom half of the bracket. Taking place in the Final Four. This game and that SUNY Cortland Arkansas game will determine the other 2 teams to reach the Final Four in Division II. And the goalies. For Robert Morris, it'll be Harrison Wayne, their only goalie. And for Florida, it'll be Matt Bleefield. We've seen Bleefield before. So settle in and enjoy this one. A berth in the Final Four on the line between Robert Morris and Florida. Both teams settling in the center circle. David Strager take the face-off against Matt Thorsteinson. And Florida controls. Eric Klossner, hounded by Kevin Malley, able to rag it back for the defense. It's been a wonderful evening here in Cedar Rapids. We crowned a Division I champion. The same one as last year. Newman defeated UNLV 4-1 with an empty net goal. PJ DiMartino had a hat trick, including a shorthanded goal and that empty net goal to give Newman the victory in Division I. And in Division II, yes, it was a pretty wide open field, but slowly but surely the cream is rising to the top. A lot of people thought UMass and St. Joe's would be there. They are. That will be a tremendous semifinal. Cortland, a lot of people thought they would be there as well. Florida and Robert Morris, maybe not so much. 2 dark horse teams going at it. Arkansas as well, kind of a dark horse team there. The 4 seed from Pool B. Arkansas, they had to defeat Western Michigan, the 1 seed from Pool C, before taking on Cortland, going on right now. Both teams have a possession. Neither one with a great scoring opportunity. Jason Birch, the leading scorer for Florida, dishes off. It's deflected over top. Good opportunity there for Felipe Gomez. But again, no shot on goal. Puck shoveled around. It's picked up by Dan Trunk. Trunk, the leading goal, assist, and point scorer for Robert Morris coming into the tournament. We just talked about Birch. He also leads the team in goals, assists, and points coming in the Nationals. Karl Renner with the puck. Renner taps it back for Trunk, and Robert Morris will settle the play. Coming up on the 2-minute mark of this quarterfinal game. Mark Hilderhoff sends it back for Trunk. And Trunk again will take a skate. Robert Morris went 2-1 in Pool B. UMass beat Robert Morris to win the tiebreaker. And as for Florida in Pool C, they went 1-1-1, 3 points, all alone in second place. They lost a shootout game to Kansas State. That was the overtime loss. Here comes make it Will Lawrence, shot wide. Florida picks up the loose Buxton out front, but well ahead of Lawrence. And curling away with it is Trunk. Robert Morris from Moon Township, Pennsylvania, another NCRHA team. Of course, University of Florida in Gainesville, an SEC-RHL team. Puck is stolen by Max Kemp. Drops it back to Lawrence, one touch to Kemp. Kemp back to Lawrence. Sharp angle bid wide. And chasing after it, Sean Zawadny. Zawadny has Gomez at the other side. Pressured. Almost gloved down by David Waxter. And it was touched with a high stick, so play whistled down. 8:44 remaining in the first. It's a stalemate thus far. What you would expect in a quarterfinal, the stakes getting ever higher as the rounds go by. So the NCRHA, they already have 2 teams in the Final Four. They could have another in Cortland and Robert Morris. So this could be an all NCRHA Final Four if Cortland and Robert Morris advance. The NCRHA has been the strongest league in Division II the last couple of years. It was an all NCRHA final last year with Farmingdale State beating UMass. Shot deflects wide of Wayne. And here comes Robert Morris. Nick Benjamin takes a shot deflected on. Nice save from Bleefield. Oh, Bleefield with a great save on the deflection. I believe that was Waxter who deflected it. So the only 2 hopes left for non-NCRHA participants in the Final Four, Arkansas and this team right here, Florida. Malley will curl back. Robert Morris very patient on the attack. They wait for their opportunities. But credit Florida as well for getting back up court to negate odd man rushes. Nice spin move by Brad Bogus. Bogus with some open court. Shoots wide. Bogus back on it. Will rag it back for the defense. Stretched up court for Bogus. Also out is Strager. Puck picked up by Birch. Florida 3-on-3. Sends ahead for Thorsteinson. Thorsteinson will play in deep, hoping for Birch, taken away by Robert Morris. Curled to Malley, 2-on-3. Malley with a drive, blocked. Countering Birch, 2-on-2. Birch can't get it around, the back checking Malley. Robert Morris once again on the attack. Trunk shoots, it's blocked. Trunk has been pretty visible thus far. For Robert Morris, you can see why he's their leading scorer. And it's sent back for Bogus. 6:18 remaining in the first, still scoreless. We'll try and run and see if we can get a final in that SUNY-Cortland game at the end of the period. Gomez for Florida. 3-on-3 in the zone. Gomez will peel back. Both teams participating in the chess match here in the first period. Gomez with a bid. Glove save Wayne. Wayne made it look easy. Wayne 2 shutouts. Had both of them. Of course, he's the only goalie for Robert Morris during the regular season and playoffs. Bleefeld with 1 shutout. Got the only shutout for Florida this year. 2 quality goalies. 3.70 goals against for Wayne coming into nationals. 4.80 for Bleefeld. So a little bit more inflated for Bleefeld. But still a solid goalie. Loose puck picked up by Bogus. 2-on-2. Dishes off to Matt Smeltzer, but he can't shoot. The other way comes Florida. It's been a free-flowing first period, not a lot of whistles. Eric Klausner Drops for Lawrence, having trouble with it. 50-50 puck. Dropping his stick there is Trunk, hoping for a penalty. None forthcoming. Played to Renner by the far side. There is a penalty coming to Florida. Shot stopped and covered up by Bleefeld. So Robert Morris does draw a Florida penalty at 5:02. And it's a hooking call. Lawrence goes to the box. We'll see what we get from this Robert Morris power play. I've had a chance to check out Robert Morris a bit in this tournament. They'll go with the diamonds. Trunk. Dishes off. Quick shot stopped and covered up by Bleefeld. Quick shot there from Renner. But Bleefeld was ready. 15 seconds elapsed on the power play. 7 bench players to Robert Morris for a team total of 14. 5 bench players and a backup goalie for Florida, so a total of 9 skaters. Shot by Trunk. Deflects. And it's covered up by Bleefeld. 1:31 remaining on the power play. Getting late here on day 4 of the NCRHA Nationals. So glad you tuned in all week. We had, I believe I was told, over 500 viewers for the Division I championship. That's an amazing number, so thank all of you very, very much. Hope you've enjoyed the play-by-play. Trunk with a shot, just missed the far side post. It's a great group of broadcasters once again. Of course, the voice of the NCRHA, Bill Cortland, Adam Steo, Craig Jolly, George Brown, and Jeremy Ellis, along with myself. I'm Travis Van Nody. 55 seconds to go on the power play. Trunk get the points. One-timer by Renner, stopped by Bleefeld. They love to work that left side on this power play. 40 seconds remaining on it. Shot by Strager. It's held by Bleefeld. 37 seconds remaining on the power play. Robert Morris again controls the draw, and it's Trunk. As he come off the courts in this game, seems to always be out there for the Colonials. Trunk wide. Trunk again, sends to Bogus, who's now at the point. Trunk shoots, and that's held by Bleefeld. He has been a rock in the crease so far for the Gators. 13 seconds remaining on the power play. A very patient power play for Robert Morris. Trunk again to Bogus. Shoots and scores! Well, finally, that pass to the left circle worked. Just 3 seconds remaining on the power play. It is actually Renner who pots it. Who would switch places with Bogus. At 3:04, it's 1-0 Robert Morris. So that Robert Morris power play, pretty good. We got our answer right there. They're 1 for 1. Now this is Bogus. Stretched ahead. Taken right back by Florida. Robert Morris again. Pass deflects off the stick of Kemp. Trunk and Strager pick up the assist on the goal from Renner. Time ticking down to 1:50 remaining in the first. Florida with an opportunity. Shot steered aside by Wayne. Robert Morris again controls. Wayne, very good goalie at deflecting pucks into the corner, does not give out a lot of rebounds. I don't think he's given out a rebound yet in this period. 1.5 to go. Again, we'll run over and see what the SUNY Cortland game is up to at the end of the first. Robert Morris in full control of this one. They've had the puck, I guess 70% of the time, at least. Malley, again, very patient. Under a minute to go in the first. Stretched ahead. Strager over skates. Here comes Gomez, looking to even the score late. Zawadny to Gomez. And Gomez will slow things down. Gomez to Birch, back to Gomez. Being watched up top by Strager. A little flip play to Thorsteinson. Thorsteinson to Gomez, couldn't accept it off the end wall. Hacked ahead by Strager. 5 seconds remaining in the period. Thorsteinson, one last bid, is blocked by Hilderhoff, make it Trunk. And that's the end of the first period. 1-0, Robert Morris on Roller Hockey Live. Travis Vanody back with you. You're on the Bower Rink of Cedar Rapids Arena. Start of the second period of this quarterfinal Division II game. Robert Morris leading forward at 1-0. The lone goal scored at 3:04 on the power play from Karl Renner, assisted by Dan Trunk and David Strager. Robert Morris 1 for 1 on the power play. Florida did not receive a power play in the first 12 minutes. The SUNY Cortland game is still going on. It's about 2:45 left. Cortland just scored to make it 4-3 over Arkansas. Arkansas has called timeouts. So right now it's looking good for Cortland to advance to be the third NCRHA team to make the Final Four. And if, again, Robert Morris wins this one, we'll have an all NCRHA Final Four. UMass against St. Joe's, Cortland against Robert Morris, as that's gloved off by Bleefeld. So a strong start for Robert Morris. Florida's going to have to find a way to get more offense, as Robert Morris controlled the pace of play, and they took advantage when they got an opportunity on the power play. Klossner is flushed out by Smeltzer, and here comes Florida. Lawrence from the outside, stopped by Wayne. I'm sure Harrison Wayne will take those shots all day long. Puck played to Ryan Jaffe. First time we called his name tonight. Shot wide, picked up by Lawrence. Lawrence back for Klossner. It's Florida with a good possession to start the middle frame. Play to Jaffe, who has some space. Being watched by Richard Scott. Scott will steal the puck and turn it up the other way quickly. What a dangle, and it's steered aside by Bleefeld. Birch trying to catch Robert Morris. It's a 2-on-1. Bleefeld with Kemp. Shot make it Birch, and it's stopped by Wayne. Birch electing to take the shot there. Good save from Wayne. Tap back by Birch to Jaffe. Florida and Arkansas are trying to spoil the ECRHA's bid at an all ECRHA Final Four. Last year, it was interesting. It was ECRHA against WCRHL in both semifinals. UMass took on UC Irvine, and Farmingdale State took on UC San Diego. No California teams made it past Cal State Fullerton. In the second round, they lost to East Carolina. In fact, Cal State Fullerton, they were one of two teams. Chico State also lost in the second round, but that was it in terms of California teams this year in Division II. Arizona lost in the second round, so the WCRHL as a whole did not have a solid tournament in Division II. Shots by Bogus deflected up and out of play by Thorsteinson. 9:18 remaining in the second, lone goal coming in the first. That was pretty much it for WCRHL teams. Chico State, Arizona, Cal State Fullerton. They all lost in the second round. Another good year, though, for the ECRHA in Division II. Talking about Cal State Fullerton, they won D2 2 years ago. Missed out entirely on nationals last year, and they're back this year. And the odds of another ECRHA, as we go all the way across the country now, final, are pretty good. Hilderhoff bothered well, gives it up to Birch. Drops for Thorsteinson, wide. Big hop off of the end wall, penalty upcoming. This one's on Robert Morris. Holding call at 8:36. Florida now with their first power play. So Robert Morris was able to convert on their first opportunity. Will the Gators answer with Hilderhoff in the box? They win the draw, and they'll run a diamond power play just like Robert Morris. Klossner at the point. Gomez on the near side with the puck. Gomez to Klossner. Shot stick save Wayne. Big rebound comes to Klossner. Wide. Taken by Bogus. And he'll send it packing. So also out is Birch and Thorsteinson, the top four players basically for Florida. Thorsteinson's in front. Birch on the far side. Gomez has the puck. Gomez to Klossner. Birch. Back to Klossner. 1:05 to go on the power play. Gomez just wide. Held in by Klossner to Gomez. Gomez tried to send it in front, deflected off of the skate of Trunk. Kept alive by Birch. In front, fires wide. Florida's got to start hitting the net. Thorsteinson back for Klossner. Now Birch. Cross for Gomez. Gomez. Big drive, deflected on by Thorsteinson. Stopped by Wayne, and it slides right back to him off the stick of Thorsteinson. Real good look there for Florida. Big save from Harrison Wayne. 27 seconds remaining on the power play. Again, we'll try and get an update for you on the SUNY-Cortland game when we get a second. Draws one by Robert Morris. That'll waste at least 10 seconds. Bogus trying to cut in short-handed. Even better for Robert Morris. Bogus, being hounded by Klossner, gives up the puck. Just 5 seconds remaining on the power play. Hilderhoff is up, and he's out. Florida 0 for 1 on the power play. 6:33 remaining in the second. Lone goal coming on the power play for Robert Morris. Back at the first from Renner. Renner with 5 power play goals coming into Nationals, so a 4th of his goals overall, as he had 20 on the year, came on the man advantage. Pretty good. There's been some low-scoring games lately here on the Bauer rink. The one before this one, St. Joe's in East Carolina. There was a 1-0 score in the Division III first round. Florida Gulf Coast and Mizzou. Mizzou won that one. Just past the halfway mark of the hockey game. Robert Morris controls. Just told by one of the staff members, Johnny, that Cortland has won. So Cortland makes it 3 out of 3 so far for ECRHA teams. In the Final Four, Cortland will take on the winner of this one. The other semifinal is UMass and St. Joe's. All again from the ECRHA. Florida is now Division II's last hope for a non-ECRHA champion. Drive from up top. Swallowed up by Bleefeld. Actually, a little bit of a number discrepancy out there. 25 was not on my roster, and it's not in the official program, so Tyler Dillon hasn't been accounted for. There's a couple players that haven't really been accounted for yet. Maybe Dillon. He's listed now as number 25. This is Renner, the goal scorer. We'll send back to the defense. Honestly, those 3 teams, Cortland, UMass, and St. Joe's, a lot of people thought that those 3 had a chance at the championship, and they're 3 of the 4 Final Four. Robert Morris and Florida, kind of dark horses, honestly. Didn't hear a lot of talk about them. Good save there from Bleefeld. UMass, of course, trying to win the national championship after losing hard to Farmingdale State last year. It was a 10-5 score, if my memory serves. Set out front, stopped by Bleefeld, no rebound. Another big save from Matt Bleefeld. He's the only reason this score is still 1-0 Robert Morris. Bleefeld and another defenseman for Florida getting up kind of slowly. No penalties, 3:57 remaining in the middle frame. We've crowned 1 champion already. Newman repeats as the Division I champ. 4-1 over UNLV with an empty net goal. P.J. DiMartino scored a hat trick, including a shorthanded goal to open the scoring, and then he got the empty netter to seal the deal. And I believe he got a power play goal as well. Newman did get a power play goal, and I'm pretty sure it was DiMartino who got it. What a job by Newman once again. Thorsteinson trying to make this an even game. It's off the side of the net. Picked up, sent far side by Birch. Zawadny, tons of space to Thorsteinson. Stopped by Wayne. Tried to go short sign. Wayne was in his mind and read it. That looked really easy for Wayne. He looked like he knew exactly what he was going to do. Shot by Malley is blocked. 50-50 puck taken by Birch. Birch with 2:50 to go in the second. Plays it back. Gomez weighs his options. Off of the skate of Zawodny. Robert Morris trying to clear, and they will. Errant pass, though, comes right to Gomez. Not a good pass from Malley. See if Florida can take advantage. Stretched up the floor, it's a 1-on-2. Lawrence steps around the defenseman Bogus. Zawodny calling for the puck, it's laid back for Gomez. Just under 2 remaining in the second. Knocked out of midair and picked up by Trunk. Trunk gets around Kemp and it's blocked. Nice job by Zawodny to sacrifice the body. He's certainly smarting. Lawrence shoots wide. Zawodny should get a thank you from his teammates as he heads off. That was an important play for the defenseman Sean Zawodny. .120 remaining in the second. Very measured, calculated game. Another chess match here on the Bauer rink. Roller hockey, a lot like baseball in that regard. Lots of strategy goes into it. Trunk, Saucer's far side. Played to Renner. Cross court. Did not lead Trunk the way he wanted, so he'll curl back. Trunk stood up by Birch. Backhand bit over top by Renner. Oh boy, what a glove down from Bleefeld. Bleefeld stuck with that puck the whole way. 42 seconds remaining in the second. Draws one to Klossner. Klossner turns on the afterburners. Shoots, stick save, Wayne. Nice steal from Smeltzer, taken right back though by Thorsteinson. Thorsteinson, that's an easy one once again for Harrison Wayne. Wayne has just been a rock back there for Robert Morris. .19 seconds remaining in the period. Perhaps the final face-off. Big face-off coming here for Florida. Thorsteinson takes it, and he wins it cleanly. Quick shot by Klossner, stopped by Wayne. Rebound fired on by Thorsteinson, stopped by Wayne. Wayne that time let out a juicy rebound. Thorsteinson once again robbed by Harrison Wayne. Robert Morris steals, and that'll be it for the second period. Still just one goal in this one at the 3-0 mark of the 3:04 mark of the first. Power play goal from Karl Renner, assisted by Dan Trunk, their leading scorer, and David Strager. There was one penalty called in that second period. It went to Robert Morris. Florida came up empty. They're 0 for 1. Robert Morris is 1 for 1. That's the difference. Come back, third period. this Division II quarterfinal. Winner takes on SUNY Cortland in the Final Four on RollerHockeyLive.com. Welcome back to Cedar Rapids Arena here on the Bauer Rink. I'm Travis Van Ote. Started the third period, Division II quarterfinal game. Robert Morris, their lone power play goal, is held up. Third period begins 4-on-4. So can Florida make a comeback here in the third period? They just need one to tie to force overtime. We've already seen an overtime game in the D2 playoff rounds. That was this Robert Morris team against Akron. Robert Morris, that was their 5th overtime game of the season, by the way. They're still a perfect 5-0 in the extra session. Robert Morris looking for some insurance. In this one, it would be huge, but that one stopped by Bleefeld. He's been very good. It's been a goaltending battle. Again, that's vacuumed up by Bleefeld. Malley with the opportunity. 41 seconds into the third. Again, the winner of this game takes on SUNY Cortland, who just beat Arkansas. The other Final Four matchup is UMass and St. Joe. So 3 for 3 right now, ECRHA teams. Robert Morris trying to make it 4 for 4 to ensure that for the second year in a row, the champion from Division II will be from the ECRHA. It was an all ECRHA final last year, UMass against Farmingdale State. Farmingdale State dominated, now they're in D1. Lawrence out front couldn't shoot. Robert Morris 3-on-2. Malley fires over top. Malley on the loose puck. Sends it all the way back. Trunk weighs his options. Trunk does a little dipsy-do, and his shot is blocked by Kemp. Florida's blocked a lot of shots this evening. That's helped out Matt Bleefeld. Florida's had their opportunities as well. Long drive, stopped by Bleefeld. Don't believe it was deflected by Smeltzer. The bogus' shot was clean on Matt Bleefeld. Florida and Robert Morris making changes. The Colonial out front to Smeltzer. Sent far side, Florida's away. Thorsteinson shoots, and it's gloved down by Wayne. Boy, every time Thorsteinson has the puck, kind of pause for a moment. He's that kind of player. Thorsteinson takes the draw. All the big guns are out right now for Florida. One cleanly. Backhand opportunity by Klossner, stopped by Wayne. He will gobble those up all night. Florida needs to get more traffic in front of Harrison Wayne. 9:35 remaining in the third. Klossner very patient, sends to Jaffe. Jaffe shoots, and once again it's sucked in by Harrison Wayne. But again, Wayne is playing well, but Florida's kind of make it easy on him. These are not the greatest of opportunities. Stolen out front, stopped by Wayne, rebound chipped wide. Guess who? Thorsteinson with the opportunity for the Gators. If anybody's going to score, I have a feeling it's going to be Thorsteinson. That was a couple of good saves by Wayne. Difficult saves. Creeping in, a shot blocker to side by Bleefeld. The goaltending exhibition continuing. Puck sent back for Justin Nizik. Nizik pressured by Birch, has to be careful. It's picked up by Bogus. Bogus goes wide on Thorsteinson. Step for step with the Robert Morris forward. It's overskated by Klossner, but Thorsteinson's there. Dish to Jaffe. Jaffe in front, race for the puck. Falling down, Bogus, picked up by Birch, now stolen by Benjamin. Stolen again by Florida, Thorsteinson, robbed by Wayne. If things do not change for Florida and Thorsteinson, Thorsteinson's gonna have Harrison Wayne in his nightmares for weeks. Lawrence controls the draw to Zawadny, now Gomez. Gomez back to Zawadny. 7:50 remaining in regulation. Close, tense affair here on the Bauer rink. Why shouldn't it be a spot in the Final Four on the line? Puck dished to Lawrence. Over skates. Now here comes Trunk. Trunk all the way up the floor. 2-on-2 down low. Sharp angle bid by Strager, stopped by Bleefeld. That's an easy one for Matt Bleefeld, who's been equally as good as Harrison Wayne. Time ticking down to the 7-minute mark of regulation. Florida wanting the right time to break out. Single player change for the Gators. Kemp, cross court ahead of Klossner, uses his speed, but just too far ahead of him. Trunk turns it over. Good stick, takes it right back. 3-on-2 for Robert Morris. Trunk dangles in front. And denied. 1-on-1. Coming in is Gomez. Shoots at a glove save by Wayne. And he's able to keep it out. Klossner. Dangles in front on the backhand. Stop by Wayne. Rebound, scores! Eric Klossner with 6-0, tie hockey game. What a move by Klossner. But even more impressive than the move was the stick-to-itiveness. First goal coming in the first period at 3:04. Power play marker from Renner. Now Klossner at even strength, 6:01 of the third. Birch with a bid over top. Unassisted goal for Klossner. For roller hockey being a normally higher scoring game than ice. As Trunk fires that one wide, it's sure nice to get a low scoring, tense, defensive affair every once in a while, but don't be fooled. There's been a lot of offensive opportunities in this one. 5:16 remaining in regulation. Winner moves on to play SUNY Cortland, top half of the bracket in the Final Four. UMass and St. Joe's in the other semifinal. Robert Morris trying to make it a perfect 4 for 4 teams in the semifinals for the ECRHA. Florida from the SECRHL trying to spoil it. Thorsteinson drops it back. So don't pop the champagne just yet, ECRHA. Florida's not out of this yet. Thorsteinson. Pass picked off. Maybe not the best decision there from Thorsteinson, as 2 Colonials were on that gator. Neither team wanted to make that huge mistake. The stakes are way too high. Here comes Bogus, who's had a good game. This shot is blocked by Jaffe into the corner. Picked up by Benjamin. Numbers down low. Shot is blocked. Jaffe sells out. Again, Florida, just a tremendous shot blocking team. Four minutes remaining in regulation. Stretched ahead, Bogus. Good stick from Zawadny. Zawadny to Birch. Gets around Strager. Stood up. You can't get by the other Colonial. Great defensive work by Trunk. Who else? Trunk. Stick checked away. Played back for Strager. Strager with a drive, blocked. Again, what else is new for Florida? 3.5 to go. Couldn't thread the needle. Gomez. Here comes Bogus. Bogus. Blocker save, Bliefeld. Bogus has got a lot of jump for Robert Morris here late in the third. Shot is held by Bliefeld off the stick of Malley. 3:14 remaining in regulation. Robert Morris just played in a tight affair that went to overtime against Akron in the second round. So they're seemingly pretty comfortable playing tight, tense hockey games, and they don't mind going to overtime. Still 2:55 remaining in regulation first. Played to Kemp. Kemp 1-on-2. Going wide on Trunk. Trunk too good of a defenseman for that. .225 remaining in regulation. Malley starts up. In front stick save. And it's cleared out. Another good save for Bliefeld. Gomez from a severe angle off the side of the net. Picked up by Malley. 2-on-3 for Robert Morris. Malley crosses pass with Strager. Shoot stick save by Bliefeld. Bogus, I don't think he's come off the floor in the last 5 minutes. 1:50 to go. Trunk, another player that's played a ton for Robert Morris tonight. Played to Bogus. Bogus pressured by Birch. Able to elude the forecheck. Florida has numbers back. Shot deflected up, stays in the ring. Stuff attempt, scores! Boy, something out of absolutely nothing there by Robert Morris. It's Renner again with 1:11 to go. Timeout, Florida. Renner with both goals for the Colonials. And just too bad for Matt Bliefeld, couldn't get to the near side post in time. Was caught napping a little bit. What a smart play by Karl Renner. You put the puck on net and good things happen. Unassisted goal for Renner. So Renner in the first on the power play. Here in the third, it was Klossner that countered for Florida, but Renner moments ago has given Robert Morris their second lead. So now we'll keep our eye on Bleefeld. You would have to think with just 1:11 remaining that as soon as Florida gains possession, he would be off to the bench. It's the quarterfinals. You got nothing to lose. You lose and your season's over.
Go, guys.
The face-off is paramount, and Florida wins it. Klossner, as there goes Bleefeld. Extra attacker, 1 minute remaining in the quarterfinals. Florida's set up. This is Klossner. To Birch, back to Klossner. Shoots, blocked by his own man, Lawrence. Kept in the zone by Klossner. 35 seconds remaining. Birch. Birch shoots, it's blocked. Birch to Klossner. 22 seconds to go. Klossner make it Birch, shot over top, up and out of play. Face-off should remain in the zone. 18.2 remaining. It does. It was certainly deflected out of play by Robert Morris. Thorsteinson, perhaps the last draw of the hockey game. He's got to win it. And it's against Renner. Thorsteinson does win. It's a Klossner. Gomez turns the puck over. Renner for the empty net. Bidding for a hat trick. Over top. But Robert Morris is going to make it 4 out of 4 for the NCRHA in the national semifinals. Robert Morris wins another close, low-scoring game. They will take on SUNY Cortland. UMass and St. Joe's the other semifinal in all NCRHA matchup. So now you can pop the cork, NCRHA. You will have a repeat champion no matter how you slice it. Number 1 star, this one's got to go to Renner. Both goals for Robert Morris. Number 2 star, Harrison Wayne, was solid in between the pipes. And you got to give the 3rd star to Bleefeld in between the pipes for Florida. It was just a great chess match, goaltending duel between these two teams. So that'll do it for the quarterfinals in Division II. Tomorrow morning, the semifinals. So those both will take place at 9 a.m. We will go ahead and step aside. 2 more games coming up. They are Division III playoff games. And our first one will be Newman against Farmingdale State. I'm Travis Van Ode reminding you one final time on the final score. Robert Morris 2, Florida 1 on Roller Hockey Live.